Hi everybody, welcome back. This is part 5 of my Disney Drop Strategy. Today is Star Wars Day, a big day for fans like myself. Let's go take a look. So this week, or I should say today, is the big drop for C-3po and R2-D2. I have problems saying C-3po, so I'll try and say that as clearly as I can. C-3po is 12,333. That's how many will be minted. And R2-D2 is 8,333, which is considerably more. Generally, we've seen those rare ones at 4,333. Whereas C-3po, very tough for me to say that word, is the same as Elsa, Homer, Iron Man. And so if we look at now what's happened this week, you can see that you would think that out the door, C-3po would be around 500 and then kind of pull back. Like Iron Man right now, this is the morning in the United States, is around 300. My models had said that I thought it might be sub 300 if you call. So it might get there. It might get there. And the logo, I thought, Avengers logo, I thought, if you recall, would be around 400 or sub 400. And yeah, it was also in that range. So I think it's actually down near 302 now. Two things also have happened, and that is that the announcement for the final Disney drop, which is Walt Disney and Mickey Mouse holding hands, has been announced. It's 333 gems. So that'll be a little bit expensive. So maybe people are selling their Iron Man to have enough gems for that one. And then DCON, which is a huge convention going on this weekend, has 15 drops. Those have been announced. There's a video for that where David Yu, the CEO, talks about it. I will link that video below so you can go watch it. And he describes all the artists and all the drops. So that is looming right there in the next couple days. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about what we think might happen. And I honestly don't know. I think part of that is because my passion for Star Wars, I'm a big fan. I don't understand or can't see people buying it or getting it on the drop and reselling it. And part of the whole modeling that I do, for example, is looking at, a percentage of the people go ahead and keep it and a percentage of the people sell it. I don't know who would sell those Star Wars ones. Obviously, if you're a Star Wars fan, you wouldn't want to sell them. And if you're if you're just an NFT collector, those are going to be valuable. They're the first NFTs, Star Wars NFTs ever. But that's not what we've seen historically. We've seen that, anywhere between 20%, 30% of people sell theirs. Now, Iron Man was not that high. Iron Man was, 10% probably sold theirs, are willing to sell theirs. So if we go off that number and even cut it down, I would guess the numbers double from what we saw from Iron Man. So C-3po would be 500. Now it might go out the door at 800 or 900 and pull back again. There's also looking at how many people are willing to spend 800 or 900 on an NFT. That world and that pool of people gets smaller and smaller as the price tag goes up. For example, how many people are willing to spend $50,000 on NFT? Not many. So that prevents some of the prices from getting too wild. But there's some passionate Star Wars fans. So that's why I don't really know. If I had to guess, I would say that I thought that R2-D2 and C-3po because would end up being around 500, maybe R2 a little bit more, 600. But I could be very wrong there too. This is one where it is very tough for me to make a prediction. And then I will add two other things, which is always go to the comics. Must go to the comics. So this is Star Wars number 1, 1977. Exciting comic to have. This is a facsimile. It's a copy. I think you could buy this for $10. I don't even know what it is. A real one in a 9.8 condition. In other words, it's been graded and it's in the highest condition available. 10 is actually the highest, but 9.8 is generally the highest that they give out. I think it'd be around $6,000. But for a comic like this, that's actually relatively cheap. and you're like, whoa, 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 Star Wars #1, it should be super expensive. And it all, and as you know, I have comics that are worth, $30,000, $40,000. Why is it not worth more? It's Star Wars, and there's a huge, it's because of the scarcity. Now, if you look at all grades, graded now, copies of this book, the original, not these facsimile reprints, there's about 10,000, 11,000 of them. And I agree, I get it. Not all Star Wars fans are comic collectors, right? But it's popular. But a lot of comic fans are Star Wars. As popular as Star Wars is, you would think that the comic would be worth more. At $6,000, it's just not as expensive as you would think for a #1 comic from 1977. And it's because there's just a lot of them. And so the question is are there too many? Obviously, everybody wants the Star Wars NFTs, but right now, are there too many? Is 12,333 too many to really allow the price to move up? And what is up? $5 million, $100,000? I would say the number that I would say in the end, I always go back to Todd, is Todd. Now, Todd has come down a lot, but pre-Disney, Todd, the Todd Batman, was at a market cap of 12.7 million. If C-3po were to match that, it would have a value of around 1,000. So, once again, I'm always trying to look at these brackets of what I think it might be. So that might be the target price. Is that one, because it's Star Wars, going to be worth more than Todd? I don't know, it could. Star Wars is pretty big. But at least it gives you a sense of what it could be. Now, once again, we just had double the amount of users jump into the system, maybe even more than double. That's why it's hard to make a prediction. That's what I have for you today. I appreciate it. I really had a lot of new subscribers this week, so I really appreciate you guys. I'm going to continue to make great content to the best of my ability. And we'll make one final one tomorrow to talk about the last Walt Disney drop and some of the DCON stuff. Maybe I'll do one over the weekend about DCON. Depends if I have something interesting to say. And then next week I've got a series of videos planned. Some maybe around the Master Collector program. Anyways, talk to you all soon. Thanks again.